comes the hand that is gonna slap. Give me your face so I can give it down. But I won't warn you, here comes the pain. Your cheek is ripe, it's just my type for a quick swipe. Because I'm slappy. Slap along if you hit a face, and it doesn't matter why. Because I'm slappy. Slap along if it gives you joy, and you just want to see them cry. Because I'm slappy. Slap along if the mirror shows a hand that's red and bright. Because I'm slappy. Slap along if you're hit so hard that day turns into night.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. I'll be at the bar today and all week. Weird Al Brockovich in a very slappy mood there today. Fritzy, what's the hardest you were ever slapped during maybe a pickup attempt in your single days?
I got beat up pretty good. It was less physical, more verbal, where I was just kind of put in my place where, you know,
That's a lie.
Where do you come off?
That never happened. You never walked up to a girl in your single life in your entire, you never once went up to a bar and tried to pick up lines.
I was very shy. I did here and there approach a couple of ladies, but I was a lot more comfortable with like girls that I knew from school, that were in my class, or that I saw regularly walking the halls. But just to just blindly go over to someone across the room that I think was attractive, you know, I was prepared to get slapped, but I wouldn't say some of the things I say now. I wasn't anywhere near as brave back in the day.
Brock, you can't slap someone who's hiding in the bushes with a telescope. It's hard to really.
You can slap a restraining order on the wall.
You can't slap a restraining order, but stalking, you know, you got to get to a lot closer than that.
Well, you can relax. Everything's good. Dan is back, actually, from his trip to L.A. And as per usual, break out the Dyson because he's dropping names all over the place.
Got to see Alex Trebek. He stopped by this Sports Jeopardy set. Pat Sajak, Vanna White, Paul Giamatti. You know, a couple of drive-bys. Saw Beyonce. B. Who's the Gordon Levitt? What's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
G. Gordon Levitt.
G. Gordon Liddy. Yeah.
Yeah, after a week in LA, Dan had about 1 billion names to drop today, and we actually had to stop him in the morning because he was like leaving all of these stories out on the table, and we're like, dude, none of these are like, they're cool and all, but you got to save them for the air, man.
McLevin, what's it like knowing that no matter what you do in life, you will never pump Dan up as much as a B-list celebrity sighting would?
Oh, I don't necessarily think that's true. I think Dan likes it, but I don't think, like, for me, any one of those sightings would be, like, the biggest thing in the world. Dan's just kind of used to these now. He has a knack for either, by the way, he was doing 6 Jeopardy shoots a day, basically. I'm not sure when he had time to see all these people. I wonder, you know, and I'm thinking about New York, maybe Dan thinks he sees a guy who looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Sort of your Clinton Portis situation.
Yeah, maybe it's, you know, I'm famous for thinking non-famous people are famous. I think Dan might have made some mistakes here, because I'm just looking at his schedule. Like, when did he have time to hang out with Beyonce? What are you talking about?
Brock, you're right, though. I think he likes a C-level actor running into more than an A-level. We were in Burbank like 7 years ago, and he said, hurry, run to the lobby. And I thought, you know, he was having an attack. He goes, Eric Estrada is down here from Chips. And I'm not even clothed. I'm showering, and I put everything I can on. I ran down, and I saw him as he was exiting, hair parted down the middle. Ray-Bans on. It was fantastic.
The man's a legend, and so is Dan. He's back, and so are the great interviews. He blitzed Kurt Warner right off the bat as they talked RG3 and Kirk Cousins.
When you were with the Giants and Eli Manning was there, you knew you were better than Eli Manning, but you knew because Eli was the #1 pick overall, Eli was going to eventually be the starting quarterback.
No question. I mean, yeah, there's certain
How
situations
frustrating is that, though? You're a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you know you're better than him right now, and you're going to lose your job.
It's by far the most frustrating thing.
But if you and Eli made the same amount of money with the Giants, who would have been the starter?
I think I would have been the starter. I don't think there was any question, especially where we were at that particular time, I was, I think, far advanced from where Eli was. Now, obviously, he's developed and gotten better, but at that time, I don't think it was even that close.
One thing I like that Dan does during an interview like this, he's talking about some uncomfortable times in Kurt Warner's career. And he asked a couple times, he didn't just say, hey, what's it like sharing time with a guy like Eli Manning? Then you get a pat answer. Dan followed up, you noticed there a couple times, and he's got the guts to do it. And he doesn't preface it by saying, hey, I know you don't like talking about this, but, because then the guy is prepared. And the other thing he got out of him, Kurt Warner said, man, that's the one time in my career, in middle of my career, where I said, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I've never heard him say that. So we've had Kurt Warner on the show a zillion times. And one thing I like is that Dan can find a guest who's been on a zillion times and find a new piece of information from them.
Did a great job with that. Fritzy, your Broncos went opposite of the Giants and actually went the older Manning over Tim Tebow. Now, if you could have Tim Tebow and be able to wear your Zubaz pants every day to work, would you do that rather than have Peyton Manning right now?
Ooh, that's a close call. The guys know how comfortable I am in my Zubaz pants, and that's, I actually squeezed into a pair of jeans, truth be told, that are not really my size, just as kind of a punishment for having a little too much chicken parm and pizza over the weekend, and it's pressing me, but that's besides the point. I would lean towards still Peyton. I think he's got at least one or two more good years in him to try to get them back to the Super Bowl and win it. But there's something about those Zubaz pants, especially with no underwear on, that's very freeing and comfortable. That would be tough to pass up on.
I'm curious, Fritzy. First of all, Zubaz is Ukrainian for I've given up. But why don't you wear your Zubaz pants daily in this studio? We have no rules about what you can wear, what you don't have to wear. You obviously wouldn't, by choice, wear what you're wearing now at home, right?
I could. I have a couple pairs. The Bronco ones, I don't know. I thought there was like a new rule that we weren't, they not to wear like team logos and stuff like that. But
what rule?
I'm hoping that's not the case. I thought there was an edict recently that where we were trying to stay away from like team logos and stuff like that. But I could be wrong. But I do want to start bringing out all the Bronco stuff. And if you guys are cool with me wearing Zubaz or sweats or something like that, at least once a week, I'd be all for it.
I think you should start tomorrow and bring back the Zubaz.
Bring him back, and maybe bring back a swimsuit because we're jumping in the Shark Tank after this. And Mark Cuban comes out biting with those big white teeth of his. Welcome back to the Box Score. Today, Fritzy landed the always entertaining Mark Cuban, who won't apparently be going on any brodeos with Bud Selig anytime soon.
Bud Selig a bad commissioner?
Horrible.
Why?
Has the sport grown at all? Yeah, I'll tell you what really turned me off, other than the fact that he didn't want me in. And what happened in the courtroom, when I was looking at the Rangers in bankruptcy was ridiculous, the things that they were trying to do. But, what's worked for baseball? Other than steroids and home run derbies because of it. You just can't look and say this is a gross sport. You can't say that people enjoy it more.
That's one of those situations where I wanted Dan to say, Mark, tell me how you really feel about Bud Selig. Stop beating around the bush. No, it's amazing. Cuban generates strong opinions really quickly. That one is very controversial. I was looking through the email box, and I got one person wrote in and said, Dan, stop giving an obituary to baseball. It's doing great. You and ESPN and all the major networks are acting like baseball is dying, but it's not. Cuban seems to think it is. I'm not sure what I feel about the situation.
Well, when you're rich, you can say whatever you want. Paulie, Cuban actually said that he thought Pete Rose would get into baseball before him. If you were the baseball commissioner and you could only let one of these guys back in, who's going to get the call?
Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban should have had a chance to own a team. If Pete Rose broke a rule where he's banned for life, the rule says banned for life for betting on baseball. His life's not over yet. You don't rescind the ban. There's no reason to. He could still get in the Hall of Fame without being reinstated by baseball. Those are two separate things. I always, as a Cub fan as well, I always thought it was a mistake not to have Mark Cuban as the owner. Mark's a competitor. He loves to win. He knows there's nothing better than to win. And he's definitely going to do it with some flair. So as a Cub fan, I would have loved to have Cuban in there.
Is this all about Bud Selig? He's a Milwaukee guy and doesn't want somebody in his division outspending the Brewers? Is it all competitive?
I can't think of a reason you wouldn't want Mark Cuban in your sport. It makes it younger, more relevant, have more of a face. I cannot honestly think of a reason unless there's something personal that we don't know about. And it did seem that way with Mark. At least he's still taking it.
Well, he said Selig was afraid that he was going to inflate salaries, and as everyone
Which is
pointed out,
absurd.
Anyway.
what?
Well, then you get rid of the Steinbrenners. You get rid of John Henry with the Red Sox. I mean, baseball, all it does is inflate salaries from year to year. It never stops.
It's a missed opportunity with Cuban's personality and what he may have been able to do with a team like the Cubs. We may never know unless he gets an opportunity down the road with the new commissioner. But would have been great to see Mark Cuban try to turn the Cubs around and get them closer to a title.
Absolutely, bring Harry back from the grave. Seton, you ran into Cuban during a Super Bowl time, didn't you? Well, what happened there?
Well, yeah, the DirecTV Super Bowl party has been sort of like a co-presentation kind of thing with DirecTV and Access, I think it is, or Axis, something like that, whatever Mark Cuban's TV channel is. And so the last couple of years, they've sort of partnered with that. And in New Orleans, just not last year, the year before, there was me, Paulie, I think the other guys were there, and we're standing out in front of the tent ready to go in. And there's all of these people walking through, and Mark Cuban was like, "Come on, guys, let's go. We got to keep this area clear." And he was like really annoyed that people weren't like nice, orderly fashion filing into the tent, and some people like us were waiting around for the rest of their party to get there. So it was like so weird. We were like, "Dude, Mark Cuban just yelled at us."
What made it even funnier, I mean, stunningly funnier, was that, okay, there's security guys there, and they're trying to move people along. You expect a security guy to do so. And you hear yourself being yelled at, and you look, there's the billionaire owner of the Mavs, who was on the Dan Patrick show 6 hours earlier, joking around with all of us.
Micromanager, man.
And, we weren't going to go up and say, hey, do you know where we are? Because we don't do that. But we just had him on the show, and he's like actually pushing us to get in.
But full disclosure, you guys remember when he had us up with his parents in the booth watching? It was super cool. It was
This is a year later.
Yeah, a year later. And remember he came in and said, "You guys doing okay? Can I get you anything?" I'm like, "Well, I could use another soda, Mark, if you have time." But he was the coolest guy.
Man.
So it was like,
we
it's
saw
amazing.
both sides of him.
Yeah.
Good deal. Up next, it's time to get your battle on. Mock headlines are on the way. Welcome back to the Box Score. We had a big weekend in sports and entertainment. So as we like to kick off every week, it's time to sweep some legs and no mercy to be shown as we lay the smacketh down in this week's
Mark Headline Battle Royale.
I give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, Hunter Mahan breaks Crystal Trophy after winning at the Barclays. Back row and Fritzy, start us off.
Crystal Fail can't may handle the award.
Crystal Gale reference. This
Crystal
time.
Fail was good. Can't may handle sucks.
I want to make my brown eyes blue. Paulie, your headline.
Barclay to go, Hunter. You broke the trophy.
Way to go. Way to go. Way to go.
Way to go on that one. McLovin, your headline.
Now, I didn't see the actual clip of what happened, so I'm going to extrapolate here. Hunter Mayhem, golfer breaks trophy in all-out freak show.
Freak show.
Hunter Mayhem.
You read the situation perfectly. Seton.
Yeah, better handle that one more carefully, huh?
Our second headline, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy share emotional moment on stage at the MTV VMAs. Paulie, you got a mock headline?
No, I have a Jeopardy shout out. Who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen?
Wow, Cliff Clavin.
It's like Clavin delivered on that one. Fritzy.
Poison Ivy, cute moment with kid, but power couple still itching to divorce.
He's in the showbiz knows. Seton, give us a good one.
Nothing blue about Bay and Jay's family.
Boo! Boo!
That's how you freestyle,
Family.
kids.
Gutsy.
McLovin, your submission.
If you let me get poignant here for a second,
Certainly.
I got 99 problems and my family ain't one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Delivered well.
Little grande.
Okay.
Third headline, South Korea defeats Chicago to take home the Little League World Series crown. First up, McLovin.
I'm going to go mean-spirited here. Windy City blows against South Korea.
Come on, they made a nice goal at the bottom of it. He scored 3 in the last inning.
It hurts the kids.
I'm so proud of that.
Seton.
Windy City blows is so good. South Korea leaves Chi-Town feeling Kim Jong-il annoyed.
Yeah.
Fritzy, what's your headline?
Make it easy.
Second place in second city, but first in our hearts.
Let the healing start. Paulie, what do you have?
Holla at you, Choi. South Korea beats Chicago in Little League World Series. Choi was a big slugger for South Korea.
I kimchi what you're doing there.
Holla at you, Choi.
Kimchi what you're doing. Our last headline, a recent poll lists the Raiders as the least desirable team to play for in the NFL. Seton, your headline.
Ackland. Raiders haters give team A's in sucking.
No applause on that? Thank you.
Anyone?
McLovin?
Anyone?
Commitment to crappiness, much like these headlines.
Paulie, what do you have?
Jokeland Raiders, no fun to play for?
Fritzy, take us home.
Should I Stabler? Players say Noakland.
Stabler.
No Oakland is okay.
Very nice, but the man who's going to wear the belt this week, the mock headline championship belt, goes to Dartmouth's McLovin.
Right here. Oh, get out of here.
Windy City blows. Darcy blows.
That's what's right at home. Windy City blows.
It's 90 degrees out in 2 days wearing a big sweater.
Still to come, there's a new order brewing in the man cave. And do you smell what the vent is cooking?
It's coming from there.
It is?
I think there's a bad smell being blown down.
Oh, maybe there's like some type of dead animal situation up there.
Yes.
That might be a dead animal.
It doesn't smell good.
Seriously?
Yeah, you might have something.
Can you kick up the
dead
incense,
up
maybe
there.
go double?
Holy moly, does that smell terrible?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Box Score. It's last call here at the Box Score Bar. Paulie, you discovered an odd odor emanating from the other side of the glass today. Did someone plan a special gift as a welcome back gift for Dan?
That would be a gutsy move and borderline suicidal career-wise. I walked in there, it was like a punch in the face with smell. And I literally, no BS. I checked my shoes, and because Seton said so, he goes, that sounds like someone stepped in something. Smells like someone stepped in something, but we got our best men on it, so it should take us about 3 or 4 weeks to find out what it is.
A while back, I worked at a radio station, and I worked on the morning show, and the morning show personality was, dare I say, difficult to work with. And the afternoon drive guy left a plastic cup full of dog crap once in the cabinets of our studio, and the studio smelled terrible for like a week, and we just couldn't figure out where did that come from. And then all of a sudden, I opened up the door one day, and it was just like, oh, there's all this dog crap sitting there.
Oh my God.
I thought it was hysterical.
Well, was there a chance?
The rest of the crew, not so much.
Well, remember Florio's toilet wasn't functioning properly. It did cross my mind that he might have gone upper deck just out of necessity. I know he's not a baseball fan, but
An upper decker.
An upper decker is great.
Oh, that's.
I'm sure the I-team will don bunny suits and unravel this mystery. So we asked the boss, what is the punishment for odor-related crime? Here's what he said in Boss's Thoughts.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. This could be payback of, Dan's gonna leave us for Sports Jeopardy. Just a matter of time before he leaves this show permanently. Yeah, take that. Wait, now I'm in my own head. What? Who's talking? Hello?
Yeah, we're all concerned about some weird noises and things going around this studio, from the mannequin to weird creaking sounds. It's just it's been a strange place. I think we've all slept over here at the studio at least once. I haven't done it in a long time because
I have not.
I just did not have a good experience. And then once McLovin started talking about thinking that there might be little rats running around or whatever, or some kind of ghosts hiding behind the walls.
I think it's more likely the rats are behind the walls and the ghosts are out in the open. The ghosts generally do not hide behind the walls.
Either
way, there's a lot of bad things going on here at night. And the worst thing that could happen to you at night here, you can actually go to lie down on a couch and another Danette will be sleeping there, which I know has happened to Paulie and Seton on more than one occasion.
All right, Mr. Snuggles, who is on tomorrow?
Co-host of The Insider, Kevin Frazier, will come on to recap tonight's Emmy Awards. We may hear from Joe Theismann as well, who thinks that Kirk Cousins should be starting over RG3.
All right, thank you guys, and thanks for watching The Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on IH Channel 239 right here on DirecTV. Cheers to Little League.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!